Happy Thursday. Welcome to JTV Extra. I'm Sandra Younger, and we have a fantastic show for you today. This is a really cool necklace, and just remember this number, and I'll tell you why in a minute, 104. I'm just going to leave it at that. Just memorize it because it's going to come in very handy when we actually start doing the projects. I don't have any written instructions, so just that's the most important number to remember. If you're new to this show, welcome. And if you've never purchased anything on JTV before, you can earn Brilliant Cash. I believe you can get $40 in Brilliant Cash. And don't forget, if it's your birth month, you get $30 in Brilliant Cash. Let's see, it's February, right? March? Yeah. So you have until the end of the month to use it. So don't forget, because we've got some really cool products on today's show, and you can use your $40 or $30 for your birth month Brilliant Cash towards any of the products on today's show. We have a lot to get to, so I'm going to jump right into the products and then get to the lesson, because I put everything in such a way that I won't run out of time, because there's a lot to cover. So here are the products on today's show. All right, so let's take a look at all the fun beads and the pendants. Those labradorite ones are so pretty, but let's see. First, we have these carnelian. It is a set of 3, and it's a 6, 8, and 10 millimeter. And for today's project, I did use the 6 millimeter, but it would work with the 8 or the 10. You just would have to change up the measurements just a little bit. But it's a jewel school price of $39.99, 3 sets. And then next, I love these beads. You know, if you go back and look at some of my past JTV shows, there's a bracelet that I made. It came out so pretty. You'll recognize them, or maybe not, because once I used them in this particular bracelet, they just came out so different, but really beautiful. And it's a moonstone. These are 8 millimeter, and it's an 8-inch strand, and they are large holes. So I think the hole is in the 2 millimeter range. They were pretty big. And the next item is my favorite of all time, which is the Knotty-Do-It-All. And this is a cord knotting and design tool that I invented. And I'll just show you something really cool. But let me tell you about the board first. We have the little one and we have the big one, and they are made in the United States, which is awesome. And you get a hardware kit, and I think I have let me see, I think I have a picture here, because you get the pouch, and each the configuration for each board is a little bit different, but it's kind of sort of basically the same. So you get your flip bobbins, your clips, your small marking clips, the pegs and the needles, and oops, let me go back here. And you get an instructional DVD and an ebook, and these things are solid. I mean, they're beautiful. They've got anti-slip feet, really good ones. So that way, when you're working, you're everything is doesn't move around. And each one of them has a bead and ring size chart, which I use all the time. And one of the nice things about the big one is that you can work on several projects at one time, and it's got the wells here, which are, I cannot live without these things, especially if I'm making a bracelet or a necklace that has a pattern, or a different kinds of beads. These are just fantastic to have handy. And the big one's got a groove here so that you can lay out a beading pattern. But one thing, just one of many. Okay, here I made let me put this aside. And I tell you guys, it's like having 8 sets of hands. So one of the really cool things about this board is, you've got your pegs, and you can make like this right here. All I did was I took my stringing material, and I just wrapped it around 2 pegs. Let me show you right. Oh, I hope nothing falls off. You can see that. See there are 2 pegs, and you can make let's say you're doing a multi-strand bracelet, necklace, tassel. I mean, that technique applies to so many different techniques. And so right here, okay, this is about 8 inches. But if I were to let's say you take it off, and I do show how to get I'm at a loss for words. Oh, clasps, buttons, And I mean, this in itself, you know, if you want to make like a chunky bracelet, it could be like a necklace. But if you just like literally like cut it in half, let me put a peg here, clip this on here, and you just come in and cut it. And it makes like tassels like really fast. So basically you have, and I do have a couple of lessons on how to make the tassels like really quickly, using like several strands of thread. So, you know, there you have like a tassel. So moose knots, braiding. I mean, there's so many like different styles of like jewelry that I like teach. And I use this every single day, one way or another. I mean, just yesterday I made some fringe for some curtains, and I couldn't have done it without the board because I needed like each of the strands had to be a very specific length, and I was just able to, you know, they needed to be 18 inches each, right? So what I did was I put the pegs and I just wrapped a bunch of times around, took it off, and I cut. So I had a bunch of strands, 18 inches, perfect. And then you could do the tiered. That's like it's got these holes going down the middle so that you can do the tiered version. But there are like hundreds of videos on my well, on YouTube, because I've moved all the JTV extra shows to YouTube, and I am working on moving Naughty Lessons over there, so you guys don't have to worry about your passwords anymore, because I know a lot of you struggle, you know, with, you know, you can't find it, you lost it. So just YouTube, everything's going on YouTube. So they're fantastic tools. If you want to make any kind of jewelry with stringing material, such as the waxed jewelry cord, this is the knotted waxed polyester. And this cord is like one of my favorites because it you can melt it. You could split it. And it's fantastic. I mean, this is like must have if you make any kind of like jewelry with the stringy material, braiding. I mean, this is it's a really like amazing. You got to have it. And let's see, next we have the the red jasper. These are really pretty. The let's see, they're 8 by 12 millimeter tubes, and I think if you look on, as a matter of fact, I know I do. There's a really cool project. I used a gray cord, and I made a really cool necklace. You can't miss it. If you look back at the JTV extra shows, you will see a really cool necklace made with these jasper beads. I think the cord is gray, and it's got some gray accent beads. It came out really, really nice. And let's see, this is, is this a closeout buy? Yes, this is a $27.99 closeout buy. Let's see, next we have, Unakite. Okay, this is a set of 3. It is a closeout buy as well. The larger bead is a 10 millimeter, a large hole, and you get 2 strands of the 6 millimeter cube. So let's see, what else do I have to say about the beautiful Unakite? This is oh yeah, I see it there. It says closeout buy, and these are low stock. So if you want them, you better get them. And then next we have, these were really cool. These are very interesting. This is they're labradorite, but they're actually like 2-sided. So it's not like if you turn it over, it's like, you know, the back part of the pendant. It's 2-sided, so it's like you get like 2 in 1. And I think it would look really good, like, no, they're too heavy for earrings, maybe like a bracelet or a necklace. That would look really cool. And the neat thing is, if you put your necklace on backwards, you don't have to worry about it because it's 2-sided. So these were really, really pretty, and they've got a lot of flash to them. So that is everything on today's show. And if there's anything you want, you better get it before it's gone. You know what? I looked on my Instagram real quick, and it's the October 2nd show. It's not these beads, but they're almost the same color, because I think the ones on the October 2nd show was like a sunstone. But these unakite will work just the same. So if you want to check out that lesson to get some ideas for the necklace, it came out really, really nice. Anyway, here is our wonderful, wonderful customer show. First, we have Susanna, Louisville, Kentucky. This is a really cool necklace. This is like those brown sticks. That's coral. Isn't that interesting? You know, when I first saw this picture, I was like laughing because I thought it was AI generated, because if any of you have ever seen like AI generated images, I thought, oh my goodness, she AI generated something and is like sending it to me like for an idea, but no, she actually made it. And you know what's so cool about the earrings? They look like little clouds. Isn't that just so cool? I think this is like a really like awesome set. Very nice. Look at those little clouds. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And then next we have Laura Lee, Florida. Okay, I've got a few pictures of this necklace because, you know, just one picture doesn't do it justice, because this is so cool, guys. Check it out. The toggle in front, she wire wrapped it and have like little beads around it. That is such a good idea. That is, because when I saw it, I thought, that is not something that you can buy. It's got to be something that was made, and I was correct. I think we have another, oh my God, look at this. This is so beautiful. And those pearls are like, they're like side drilled, like, I don't know what shape that would be. It's not a potato. It's kind of sort of like a teardrop shape. And just, wait, let me go back a minute. And then it looks like, okay, in this picture, it looks like there's some labradorite around where the toggle is. Is that right, Laura Lee? I'm not sure, but such a beautiful, beautiful necklace. And I just love all the dangles too. And then next we have Sarah of North Carolina. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is made with silk, and it's got like the little crimp ends with the rings. And this one's really cool. It's perfect tiered. I like it. But this one, it's got like a silicone slider in the back. And I was just wondering how you got it, because I sometimes have trouble, like, unless the deer suede lace is like doubled, and then you kind of like get it on, and then you cut it, and then you knot it. I mean, that's how I have done it in the past when I've used like the silicone sliders. I mean, there's silicone on the inside. I don't know if any of you have not ever seen those, but it's like a metal bead with a silicone center, and you can use it as like a slider on like deer suede lace and just like lots of other cords. But really nice touch. That's really cool. And then it's got the macrame binding knots on top. Very, very nice. And next, ooh, Nana, Scotland. This one is like crazy cool. I think I've got a close up on. Oh, but look at the toggle. It has the beads, and then just the way those seed beads are wrapped around the pearls, and it looks like a moonstone. But look how interesting that is. Whoa! And I have no idea how that's done, but it's like really fascinating. It's very different from anything I've ever seen. So that is like awesome. And next, ooh, this one is so pretty, guys. I've got like 3 different pictures of it because, you know, it just wouldn't fit like vertically. This one's so cool. Check it out. Okay, so on the ends, really pretty. I like the way you finished the ends, Sarah, with the little beads. And then it's got the binding knots there, and then just the second pendant. Okay, you've got the elephant, and then that one bead that's got like the macrame. Really nice touch. I just love how you went with this necklace. It looks. Let me go back so we could admire it again. Beautiful. In this one, it's really cool because like I could notice that the shorter strand is like has symmetry, and then I like how the other 2 have like different like kinds of beads. God, that is so cool. When I saw this, I was just like, I love that necklace. I just think it's so pretty. And then Laura Lee, Florida. Okay, I've got another picture of this necklace because it looks like amazing. Like on the I guess it's a display. Look how pretty this is. It's like the sea glass. And I like it. The sea glass has, let's see, it's got 1, 2 holes, and I like the way you wove in and out. So pretty. So pretty. And Susanna, Louisville. It's funny because Susanna had emailed me asking me how to like crochet around a flower, and I didn't know she just meant like through the loop. And I was like doing some research to see if there were like anything out there that was like literally like around the entire flower with petals and all, but I guess I misunderstood. But this looks really really cool because the the bail knot, it's actually integrated into the crochet. It's not just like strung on. So I thought that was really interesting. So I think he did a really good job solving the problem, Susanna. That looks so pretty. I like the little clusters, and then the 3 beads in a cluster, 3 beads in a cluster. Beautiful. And let's see. Ah, these are so pretty, guys. Nana Scotland. And I do have 2 more close-ups of these because I just think they're so cool. Okay, so here we have the top 3. Wow. I could proudly say that I can sometimes, when I remember how to do the second one on the bottom, not the first one, and I can do the third one down. That I know how to do. So very nice. And I think if I'm correct, Nana, on the one on the bottom was the cord like different colors, or did you have to change out colors? Because sometimes, you know, I can get that look if the thread itself has like some of it's blue or purple and then white, but other times I literally have to change out the color so you have like splices along the entire bracelet. And then here are the other 3. Oh, so pretty. Ooh, I love the bottom one with I just love reds and greens, and oh, look at that. You got oh my goodness. I am curious. Like, so they've got the beads. So you must have started in the middle, maybe. I don't know. I'm just taking a wild guess. Really pretty. And next, oh, Jess, South Dakota. Ooh, guys, look at this bracelet. This is a triple wrap. And I like how the oval beads are they're macrameed, and then the leather is like underneath them. Very cool. Let's see, we've got I like the green, or it's like a sage with the brown. And I recognize that that focal. That is oh, I forgot. But I've seen it, and I think I have one. I know I've got that one. I've seen it. It's pretty. And then some more bracelets from Jess. And I think the macrame on these are so cool. And the yellow and pink one, I thought it was so pretty. It's got that little cup. Oh, so cute. And the little hearts. And let's see, I think I've got a close-up of that pink one. Look at that. That is so cool. And that is not, I mean, I've seen like the twisted macrame, but this one is different. I mean, there's like an extra something going on that I have no idea what, but I really, really love it. It's so pretty. Anyway, guys, that is our customer show. If you have anything you want to send in, send it to the knotty-do-it-all@gmail.com. And I know a couple of you sent in more stuff, but I will put it in like future shows. All right. All right. The email address again, because I get a lot of emails asking. I should just like put like a banner on my website saying the knotty-do-it-all@gmail.com, because, you know, I know that during the show you guys don't remember or write it down, but you know, I think that's probably a really good idea to have it on my website, like right underneath, so that way I can get your pictures, because sometimes you guys like mail it to I don't know, it goes into like some, I don't know, this weird email that I had from a long time ago. There's like some link on my website somewhere that I'm trying to figure out, like, how's it getting there? Because, you know, we all have those weird kind of problems with like email servers and stuff. Anyway, Laura Lee was right. 104 inches is what we need for this. And I'm going to go slow because just the way you approach it is like unusual. Okay, so I'm just going to put this aside because I want to work kind of sort of backwards on this one. We're going to do should I do the bail first? No, I'm going to do the bail like after I do these knots here, because it's kind of like a chore to like get it on. So I'm going to do those first. But I want to talk about this part first. I'm only going to do one part. I'm going to show you how I do one side because you do it twice and then put a macrame slide knot on it. So I'm going to show you how to do this first. So you want to take 25 inches of 1 millimeter faux leather. So here, let me measure out 25 right there. And this is for the back part in case I run out of time and I don't have, you know, time to do the whole thing. So let me just grab a couple of rings. Here, oh, let me get my ring drawer. Okay, so I'm going to take, ooh, what color should I do? You know what? I'll just do bronze. Why not? And let's see how big these are. It really, the size of the rings really doesn't matter. Whatever you like. So I'm going to put a ring. And the reason I'm showing you this is because it's a double with moose knots on it. And let's see, I'm going to measure 4 inches over and I'm going to make a moose knot on just regular old moose knot. So let me get my board here. Let me zoom in and make a moose knot. 1, 2, and then through. Okay, so I'm going to get that one on, tighten, and cinch it all the way down. And this is where you might not know how to do this next part. That's how come I want to cover it now. So I am going to measure, because they ended up being 9 inches each. So I'm going to measure over to 8, because when you make your moose knot and you slide it down, it adds an inch. So right there is, and it doesn't have to be like exact. So I just kind of, oh my goodness. Okay, there it went. So what you do is you put a ring right there. And then, okay, this is the interesting part. You fold it, right? Clip everything in. And put everything in back, and with just one of these cords, just one of them, we are going to make a moose knot. I hope I have enough cord. 1, 2, uh-oh. This is cutting it close. I'm going to see if I can get it in there. I think I got it. I don't know why it's like, come on, come on. Okay. And the part, okay, that you got to do, I mean, it's just a little tiny thing, but it makes a huge difference, because I was really struggling because I couldn't get the, I don't know, because normally I say, okay, tighten it down as much as you can and then slide it up. But in this case, you want to leave it a little bit loose, just a tiny bit. Okay, really important. And then like, kind of like pull on it so the slack is taken up. You slide it up, and then you come back and you slide it all the way up, and then you come back and then you like tighten a little bit. See that I'm pulling a little bit and sliding up, pulling a little bit and sliding up. Trust me, guys, just that little tip alone is going to save you a major headache, because because once you tighten it, it just gets, I don't know why, it just gets problematic. It's very strange. So that is done. So that's how you make like a double, like stranded, and you're going to make 2 of these and then put them together and make a macrame slide knot, and it will end up looking like this. See that? So this has got like the ring, and on the ends, I mean, I chose to put like little tassels, but you can put like wire wrap beads, anything you want. And then these rings here, this is going to be what we add to the necklace once we're done with it. So the 104 inches of cord, yes. Okay, so this is interesting. Oh my goodness. So what you do is you take your 104 inches and you make on one end, measure, on this one I had to measure like 5 inches over because it is 1.5 millimeters, so it's on the thicker side. you bend it right here and make a moose knot. So I'm going to do this slow because it is it's a little bit like weird. So you make a moose knot. You don't put anything in it. It's just a plain old moose knot. So we're going to make a moose knot here. Just like that. And tighten it. And then, okay, this part is important. Okay, so you're going to find the one that you pull. Okay, see that side? You want to put a clip right here because we need to like be able to tell which side is which, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm just going to put like, I don't know, just something, just a little something, nothing. Okay, I'll just put that right there. Okay, now you come and you do the same thing on the other side. Make a moose knot, 5 inches over, and clip. So there's 1, 2, and let's get that on. Okay, let's wiggle that, pull, and now we got to look for the side that, okay, so this is the slacky side. So we're going to clip this side. Now what we got to do is we got to slide these down, down, down until they meet in the middle. And this is the easiest way I know how to do this because you can put like, I don't even want to explain. It was just awful. I had so much trouble like trying to get it like, let me just tighten that. Okay, I'm gonna put my board like way over here. And one thing that helps if you just put it on a clip, I mean on a peg like this, and then the other side, and then just move them down until they're centered. So I'm just gonna keep a little here, a little there. See, so having those clips is helpful because you pull on the one that doesn't have the clip. So I'm just going to keep going. All right, I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but see how I'm almost, they're almost centered. Okay, so I'm going to get this one, and then this one. Okay, now we got to start kind of going back a little bit because this one I did a little too much. Okay, let's scoop that one, and then, okay. So now they have met in the middle and we need to like tighten, tighten, tighten. So let me get my plier type thing. So what I do is I take this, I'm going to tighten it. And then this one, I'm going to tighten. Uh-oh. Did I get the wrong one? Did I pull? Oh, wait a minute, something went. Hang on. Okay. Okay, now they're centered. Okay, did I thoroughly confuse you guys? I hope not. Okay, so now what we got to do is we're going to cut one of these. Let's see, which one are we going to cut? I think it's the one with the clip. Okay, so now this one here, you're going to measure 12 inches over right here, and then you're going to cut. And then the one with the clip, you measure 12 inches over, and then you cut. And the reason we're doing that is because on this short one, that's the one we're going to string the beads on, and then we're going to do the knotting with this long side. So this really like helps just because I tried like putting the long one and then just doing 2 individual like moose knots, and it was, I don't know why, it was just like such a headache. It was weird. Okay, so now we got our 1 moose knot, and now we're going to string a bead on. Let me get these guys here. Okay. So right there, I'm going to clip this in. And then with, let me turn this around. And we're gonna, on the short one, I just so you have like tension on this cord, I'm gonna clip this here, and then I'm gonna come in here and make a triple knot around 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna hold it, and see, this case, what I'm doing is I'm wrapping around that extra cord. And what happened, and this is really important because, you know, sometimes when you do your first like prototype, I have that tip where I mentioned like make a knot. Hang on, I did something wrong here. I should have done that a little. Yeah, hang on, let me just get this. Twist and see. So then you have your first knot here. What happened, which is, I figured I'd got to share this with you because I say, oh, make a knot, get 10 inches of cord, make like 3 knots, and then, you know, remeasure your cord to see how much it's like shortened. And then let's say it's shortened by 2, or let's say it's shortened by 3 inches. You know that each knot you make takes up 1 inch of cord. But what happened with this, I calculated the cord that I needed when I was doing the prototype, but I forgot that I'm actually wrapping around that extra cord, and that adds to the length. So I must have made this thing over like 3 or 4 times before I realized what my mistake was. So if you need to like yeah, at least on that front, be like consistent on figuring out like how much cord you need for the beads. So what I did here is I just right here, I just used my fingernail, measured over 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to put my next knot. So I'm going to come over here and 1, 2, and 3. Just as close up to the like the peg, I mean the clip that you can get it. And then I'm just going to put my fingers like this, then hold it just to like stabilize everything. And yeah, you know what? This looks like Riverstone, guys, but it's not. But if it was, you know, I have a Riverstone necklace. I was looking for it, but I don't know what happened. I could not find it. But it's I think it's howlite. So I'm gently like because twisting and pulling and twisting and pulling, and see how it's like right up to the clip. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, get my next bead, and put this on. Clip that. You know, there were a couple of ways I did this. Let me see if this is, oh, no, girl. You need to wrap with the long one. So let me clip this here. Let me see if that works. Because you need to get, I like to get as close to the bead as possible. So so there's 1. Okay, I think that works. 2 and 3. Hold it. And the nice thing about having this board is like you could push it up and it's not gonna move. It just makes, you know, doing, you know, your work just, I mean, I don't know how to explain it, so much faster. And then you want to like gently twist and pull. kind of like twist it with your fingers to redistribute the tension. Because have any of you ever made a moose knot and one of the loops just tightens more than the other? Yeah, so there we have that one. Oh, perfect. Okay, so then we come and we do the next one. So we're going to measure 1/2 inch right there, clip it, and make your next moose knot. Do you guys have any questions? I'm watching her a lot and I am not going to remember. Oh yeah, you know what? That's the thing about like any of this stuff. You like have to do it to like remember, because this is basically the same as like evenly spaced coil knots, except this time we have that extra cord going through. Oh, this is ooh, hang on. This is cotton cord. Oh, and I'll tell you what happened. I originally made it with leather, but on this one, since I really like tightened the knots down really, really hard, the leather, it kept breaking on me. So that's like something to think about if you're going to make a necklace like this. Oh no, Nana. Oh no, we gotta help you like figure out how to do this. Let's see. Let's see if we can come up with a solution. So let's clip this. I know what you mean though, because I had surgery on my thumb a couple of years ago and I couldn't move it. But it didn't stop me. You know what? This is crazy. I was so desperate because they said, oh, you can't use, your hand, blah, blah, blah. And, whoever listens to their doctor. And I actually learned, guys, you're not going to believe this, how to knot with one hand. Yeah. Yeah, that's how desperate I was. Okay, this looks like it got out of alignment. Somehow let me like figure, oh yeah, there it goes. Twist, twist, twist. Okay. Yeah, Nana, yeah, me too. Like, wow. It's pretty impressive what you can make, considering. Okay, so I'm going to clip this one. And it's just very repetitive. So you basically are going to be doing the same thing over and over and over, depending on the length. Anyway, the 104 inches is what I'll tell you in a second how long it was. Because the first one I made came out too short, really too short. The second one came out too short, but the third one came out just right. Okay. Twist and... Okay. Oh, attacked by a shark. Ooh. See, sometimes you got to make the story a little bit exciting. I don't know. Someone told me that they tripped on themselves and broke their foot, and I told them, no, 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 no. Don't tell that story. Just say that you were like rescuing like a dog from a, like a boat or something, and I don't know. Just I would tend to make it sound like really like interesting and dramatic, like or like you're a stunt person, and the stunt didn't go quite your way. But that's funny. That's really funny, Rhonda. Attacked by a shark. Oh, that's funny. Okay, twist, 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 twist. Oh, let me. Ew. But you tied the shark's mouth shut with a. Oh, so funny, funny, funny. Okay, let me see how I'm doing on time. I'm gonna do like so. You keep going, like because I don't want to run out of time. And I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I repeated mine 7 times, and it came out to 8 inches. So 8 and 8 would be 16, and then whatever the macrame like slide knot part is. Okay, so let me do a few on this side. But one thing that I did do just to make it a little bit different on the second bead, boom, Instead of putting a bead, I put these tiny jump rings. I just like stacked them. So these are, I think they're like 4 millimeter. They're very tiny. See that? That I don't know. I don't remember where I got these. I believe it was a Tucson show many moons ago. And I always thought they were too tiny and that I could never use them, but they finally came in handy. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to quickly do this side because I don't want to run out of time. So I'm going to come in here, long part, and uh-oh, nope, 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 right there. Okay, nope, nope, nope. No, girl, right there. Because I want to get the knot as close to the bead as possible. So this is the way to do it. Let's get these things out of the way. 20 minutes. Oh, thank you, Susanna. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. 1, 2, 3, and over. And this necklace, I honestly can go so many ways. If you want to just do like 3 beads, that is an option. It's just, I mean, I see what you guys do when I do one lesson and then all the different variations that you come up with. It's just like mind blowing. So this is just like a, oh, did I not space it? What did I do? Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Because we're going to put the pendant here, which I'll show you how to make in just one sec. So this next one, instead of putting the bead, I'm going to be using rings. So let me do this one. And I think the important thing is the measure. Okay, your bead, like if it's an 8 millimeter bead, stack your jump rings so that they're 8 millimeters as well. I think I did that a little too hard. Okay. I really like this necklace. You know, and it took me like a long time to figure out because I always thought for some reason that I had to alternate the let me get a needle here. This one needs a little bit of like opening. I thought I had to alternate the strings, and I don't know. I just never came up with like a solution that I was happy with. But this is definitely the way. Just remember 104 inches and then cut. Yeah, let me recap this. 104 inches, moose knot, and just slide the moose knots until they're centered. And then cut 12 sides, but make sure you cut the same side. Okay, so now I'm going to put these jump rings. 1, 2, whoops. Oops. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Well, I'm really doing a good job today, huh? I'm so excited, guys. My daughter is in town. She lives in Northern California, and she's here to visit, so I'm very excited. Oh, wait a minute. Let me see. Hang on. I think okay, I knew I did something different. What I did here, okay, I put the rings on both. Okay, so we need to feed this cord through those rings again. Okay, so I'm gonna lift it up and slide it in. And one thing I remember that helped, I couldn't get it, like it wouldn't go in, but what I did was I got a pair of like pliers and I just kind of flattened it a little bit on the end, and then boom, it went through. I'm gonna push them up and through. See that? Whoa, isn't that cool? And it has to do with like, you know, I should have paid attention in my geometry class, but I know it has something to do with, you know, someone's theorem or something. I don't know. So then we're going to do our next coil knot. I did like geometry though, but God, they were just like throwing too many like concepts and theorems at me too fast, and I just kind of lost interest. Okay. So let's twist and twist, twist. Perfect. Isn't that cool? And just think, okay, you can make the whole entire necklace like that. Wouldn't that be cool? So that's another idea. Just do like the whole necklace with these like just closed rings. That looks really cool, actually. That looks really cool. I like that. Okay, 1/2 inch, and then we're gonna resume the these guys. Oh, did I get it on the? Let me. I like to put the like have the. Uh oh, let me remeasure because I kind of messed up right there, and get this one. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's twirl and twirl and twirl. Have you guys like watch, is it easier for you guys to watch those videos on YouTube now? Because you know what's crazy? I've noticed that there are way more views on YouTube than than when they were at my website. And I mean, I think the people, those of you that do watch it, I mean, are actually like you hear from it at my website, because YouTube doesn't do like it's really hard to get like traction on. Oh my, I did something wrong. Well, that's easy to fix. Let's just pull this out. I forgot my first knot. Oops. But the good news is it's easy to fix. So, okay, we're at 10:47. I've got 13 minutes. So guys, I'm gonna kind of speed it up now. Look, I'm gonna just go boom, boom, boom. Okay, knot. And you know, I'm thinking that this would look really, I mean, with the 1.5 millimeter like natural leather, this would look really, really nice. But the thing is, the leather that I was using was I think it was a 1 millimeter. It was just measuring like on the thinner side of the tolerance. Because you know, you guys know that, right? I've talked about that before. That with leather, even if the the spool says that it's 1.5 millimeter, it could like go as much as 30% in either direction, which you know that can be a problem. But you know I do not have that problem with Greek leather. Greek leather is very, very consistent. And another thing that I like about Greek leather, it's not spliced like some other leathers are. So you just got to be careful, and it's tough. I mean, it's really sad when you're making a necklace and there's a splice in the leather, and then you make the knot and then it breaks. It's like the worst. Okay, I know, right? Real leather, me too. I have a necklace. Oh, I don't know where it is, but I was going through some like old stuff that I made, and I found this one necklace that was made with cotton cord. And there's something about the way it ages that just, I mean, it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like an old friend, you know? It's something you have to have for a long time for it to be what it is. I mean, it's like you can't fake it. So it just had a really, it was like a little bit faded, but it looked really cool. And I just thought, I'm not going to redo the necklace, because if I do, I'm going to ruin the, you know, that time-worn look. And one thing that I have like tried is how to make something look like older than it is, except for myself. Sometimes if you just wash it a few times, if it's cotton, that does work. Let's see. Uh-oh. Hang on. Whoa. Let me get this out. This thing got caught in. Ooh, what did I do? Okay, something went wrong. Okay, let's do this again. Let me see. Should I do this last one and then move on to the finishing? Oh, and I just want to talk about the pearl part of the necklace. I took like 36, just a yard. I just grabbed a yard and it's just a strand of large hole pearls that I evenly spaced like half an inch, just like I showed on the board, half an inch. I did a knot. And that part is, oh, thank you, Susanna. That part is actually optional. You do not have to put that in. Let me check this. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep it right here, but you just keep going because I don't want to run out of time. So for the pendant part, what I did was let me grab. I mean, I really don't think about like where'd my string? Oh, there it is. Hang on, guys. I gotta grab my cotton. I'm gonna go with 15 inches. I know that's more than what I need, but sometimes I really don't measure. So I'm gonna put a moose knot on here. Remember 5 inches because this is thick cord. And wait a minute. Yeah, I think that's, yeah. I'm sitting there thinking, is that how you did it? Yeah, I think this will work. I'm going to put the pendant on. Sometimes you could do it like a variety of different ways, but let's just go with this. Okay, so I'm going to tighten this. Slide it down. Okay, now this is one case where you, when you get down there, you really, really want to tighten. Tighten as tight as you can. Oh, yes, this is cotton cord. And it's because I pulled so hard, and I mentioned earlier in the show that I kept breaking my leather, and it's probably, maybe it's because it was cheap leather, I don't know. But the one thing you really want to do at this point is come in and just cut as close and clean. So having a really good pair of um, scissors that are sharp, which I don't have, is probably a good idea. So I'm going to put some of these rings on here. 1, 2, 3. I don't know, 5 or 6. I don't know. Let's just put or you can put a bead. You know what? I like the rings better because I actually made it with a bead and it looked kind of weird. Let me see if I could find that prototype one. Nope. Okay. So there we have this part. Now we need to put another moose knot on this side. So this one is a bit interesting because let's see, what do you got to do here? Okay. I know this is one that like really confuses people. So you're going to make a regular, like a moose knot, right? Okay, let's get this on. 1, 2, and oh no, moose knot. Hang on. It even confuses me. Okay, that's what you want to do. Is it? Yeah. I swear, this is like, yeah, is that it? 1, 2, yes. Hold it. Go all the way through. And why is this? Okay, something's wrong. What am I doing wrong? You know what, guys? I am doing something wrong, and I don't know what it is. Hang on. I think I've been doing this too long that I don't even remember what I'm doing anymore. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Okay, maybe this is it. Let's try it this way. Okay, nope. Let's try that way because we need to get as close to the rings as possible. Okay, maybe that'll work. 1, 2, and 3. And then you're gonna hold it like that. You're gonna come through but then you got to go back through. That's where things can get like a little bit confusing. So you're going to tighten this just gently, and then this has to go back through. But we need to put the necklace through. So we're going to get this. And right now it just doesn't matter. We'll get it centered in just a second. I just want to get it like looped on there. So let me, come see with all these threads. Okay, now go back through. Okay. See, now this part, what you do is you tighten with the one that you did not feed through. So let's get this scoot down. Pull, pull, pull. Okay. Now we're going to come in, we're going to center this right here. Let me cut these guys off. You want to just make sure and cut it close. Now we're going to put this right in the middle, like that. And then let me just clip it just to hold it. Find that center, which is right there. And see how you can like tighten it? That's I think that's probably the trickiest part, is like making like the moose knot like you normally do, but then going back through. That's what gives you that extra loop. So I'm going to come in here and tighten. So there you have your moose knot connected here. And then what I like to do is use a type of glue that's like a little bit on the more watery side, not the GS Hypo Cement or the other glue that I like, which is something that's a little more absorbent, that'll get absorbed into the cotton. And what is that? There was something that I liked. Where is it? It's kind of sort of like watered down Mod Podge. I think it's called Maker's Magic. So when you put that on there, the nice thing about it is it absorbs into the cotton and it dries completely crystal clear. It's fabulous. Then I'm going to come in here and cut this. All right, let's take a look at what we have so far. Oh, that looks so pretty. Oh my goodness. Let me zoom out. I like the ring, the silver ring better. Like that looks pretty good. And then you could put like that necklace that Laura Lee made. You could put like dangled like beads on here. And then for the end part, what I did was like I said, that pearl section, it's just a completely like separate piece. And these are spaced ½ inch apart. And I put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And then when I took my little slider knot, what I did was I just fed these cords. And for those of you that like came in late, these are like extra long because I'm not doing the entire necklace because I don't want to run out of time. So what you do here is you come in and you put a macrame binding knot. And from what I see from a lot of you guys' work, everybody, you guys know what a macrame binding knot is. And let me see how long, what was my spacing? Okay, I spaced 3/4 of an inch, so about right there. And then you come in, you hold it, and and then you take the your knotted waxed cord, and you do a macrame binding knot on this side, and you do the exact same thing on the other side. And when you finish, you have yourself a necklace that looks very similar to this part. Is that understandable? Yeah, I think my time is up, right? Oh, thank you, Shelley. So rings, I know I covered a lot today. I hope I didn't drive anybody crazy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I made this one. Back in the day when I used to have time for like silversmithing. So what I do is I take a 16 inches of the knotted wax cord, and then I make a really tight macrame binding knot. And then once you do the exact same thing on the other side, you're done. So, I mean, once you get the hang of it, it is pretty addicting because you want to try different beads, different colors. I mean, it's just crazy. And once again, the beads that I used were the carnelian, the 3-set strand, like the 3-strand set that's on today's show. They're absolutely beautiful. And I was thinking it might even look like wonderful with like the 8mm, like chunkier with the 10mm. Anyway, I can see that it's time to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this show. I know I covered so much and you guys are probably like, oh, but take notes. It's definitely worth it because when you can add to like your, like, I don't know, like your catalog of techniques, it makes jewelry making so much easier and fun, and you just become like exponentially more creative, especially if you have the board. Anyway, guys, I will see you next Thursday, and have a safe week. Bye.